So see, somehow we don't know how to separate all that stuff. We think, well, you shouldn't. I had some guys say, well, you shouldn't be out there doing all that stuff. People are going to hell. Yeah, some of them are out there. Listen, it's not your sole responsibility to reach everybody in the world. It's your sole responsibility to reach people in your influence and around you. But if you multiply the faces I'm looking at in this one room, this is an amazing army. This ain't hype. This ain't inspirational speaking. This is raw truth. You can't even multiply the impact we could have if we die to ourselves, surrender, get over ourselves, get into Christ, and start loving the people around us and walking in the light. And start making an attempt to reach out past yourself and reach somebody in the love of God. I'm looking at a lot of faces in this room. You multiply your face times the one you touch times all the faces. Then you times that by a week, 6 months, a year. Just live in Jesus. How you measure that? How you going to measure that? How you going to measure the impact this room can have if we just say, you know what? It ain't just about us shouting. It ain't just about us being forgiven. It's about us being filled with the Spirit and walking in love and believing He's coming. It's about me loving the one in front of me. And the 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus the whole room is a lot of ones. Times 3 days, times a week, times 6 months, times a year, times 10 years. I wonder if a third of confessing Christians would just start living this way. I wonder if a third of church-attending people would just start living selfless. Would just refuse to be offended and say, you know what? Life is too quick and short. I ain't got time to be messed up. I ain't got time to complain. I ain't got time to grumble. I ain't got time to be mad. I got time to love. I got time to live in the Spirit. I got time to make peace. I got time to show mercy. I'm going to live the things that count. I'm done with issues when I have the kingdom. Come on, don't tell me you can't get that raw and that simple with it. Don't tell me you can't take that to prayer and say, I'm all in. You do not need a committal altar call. You can go in your bedroom, sit down, get real with yourself, get real with God, and watch what Holy Spirit begins to do in your life. You say, well, I already blew my testimony. No, you didn't. Time can change all that. People will forget what you've done when they see consistency in your life. You say, well, I've ruined my workplace testimony. I've been just one of the guys. No, no, no. You go in there today. You go in there tomorrow. You go in there for a week. You go in there for 6 months, and they'll razz you, and they'll try to talk you down and make fun, and they'll bring up yesterday over and over. I know. I've been through it. And after a while, time starts to erase their memory. Because all of a sudden, it doesn't even fly anymore when they're bringing up a year ago. And you've been living righteous in their sight. And you've been walking, making peace, and coming in there with an amazing attitude. And you just laying down your life, and you ain't fighting with nobody. Yeah? And all of a sudden, they can't even bring up a year ago. It happens way before that. It happened, for me, it happened in a couple months. In a couple months, they were freaked out. They stopped talking about my past in a couple months because what was so in front of them was so changed, it felt silly to them to bring up a couple months ago. Because they knew in their heart, I'm not the man they're talking about a couple months ago. So God already blew that thing up. And now I got access. Now I got men coming up to me in secret when I'm around a corner. They looking to see if anybody's watching. They come over and ask me a question, cry out their family crisis. Ask me to slip out the side door and pray for them on the back porch. True stories. They don't want to be caught, but they ask. Ain't that something? See, I ain't just a turkey hunter. Guys, there ain't no way that we can't live like this. There ain't no reason we can't live like this. We can believe this today. He has to love me or he'd have never came. When I was yet a sinner, he sent his son. He's not mad at me. I haven't failed. I'm not disqualified. I'm going to get in the race and he's going to say, run. So wherever you're at, you get up and you go forward today. Are you hearing me? Wherever you're at. You get up and you go. today.